I was a raw vegan for a while before I went to Tibet. I was really into it. I could make these raw vegan desserts and eat a whole bunch of fruit and these massive bowls this big full of raw salad chopped up. It takes you 2 hours to eat it. And you'll feel great on a diet like that for about a month, maybe two, as you get used to the idea that this is my new diet. I feel great. I'm losing weight. Of course, you might be malnourished no matter how much fat you put in it. It's very hard to maintain your health that way. And after a while, I'm like, oh, my teeth start to hurt. Oh, and I got autoimmune issues I didn't have before and new food allergies. And eventually you realize, well, this isn't working. So this idea that the vegan diet is good for humans is false. It is provably false. And the second idea that it's good for the planet is also provably false. I run a small organic farm, and we have 8 pigs and 4 sheep. And where the pigs root, we have amazing soil because they clear the soil. Where the sheep inoculate the soil with healthy soil bacteria by pooping on it, we have amazing grass and just a healthy ecosystem with animals and bugs and all this stuff. And where the sheep and pigs don't go, it's 1/3 as productive. So you cannot have vegan food without animals pooping on it. And vegans say, that's not true. What they don't know is that when you have these kinds of farms that are only vegetables, they're pulling stuff out of the soil and they're never putting anything back. And it's been shown that regenerative agriculture, where you actually use animals as part of the life cycle, it pulls carbon out of the air, it builds healthy soil. And the forecasts are, because of these grain-based diets and all these healthy for the planet diets, we are 60 years away from running out of topsoil on the planet, and we're 40 years away from running out of the minerals that we're mining to put into the soil in order to allow us to grow these kinds of foods that aren't even good for people. So here's the deal. Buy meat from a local farmer if you can. If not, insist on grass-fed and hopefully organic. And if you don't do that, don't eat the meat. It's that important for your health and for the planet. No more torturing animals in industrial feedlots. That's bad for you, it's bad for the animal, it's bad for the water, for the soil, for the planet. We have to stop that now. But then what's left? Well, lots of vegetables. Fortunately, they grow everywhere.
True. I want to transition a little bit more now to plant medicine. I really feel there's a renaissance happening in humans identifying plants which can change their biochemistry, which can change their life. We're seeing cannabis and CBD and combinations of CBD and THC become a huge trend in the US here. You've been on top of a lot of unique sort of ideas when it comes to using certain compounds to hack the body, so to speak. I've been at a dinner party where you said, open your mouth, James, you started spraying nicotine on my tongue. I'm like, what the hell's going on here, Dave? You talk about charcoal, adaptogens. Let's pick charcoal.
Yeah.
This is ancient, it's old school, it's powerful, it's amazing. Why is charcoal so good? And I'm assuming it's something that you take on a regular basis.
I manufacture a charcoal product for Bulletproof. And yeah, I take charcoal every day. And charcoal is amazing because about a teaspoon of charcoal, depending on how it's made, can have the surface area of a football field or a soccer field, depending on what country you're from. Same difference. And what's going on there? Well, it's basically these crinkly carbon. So the little nooks and valleys and canyons in it have this huge amount of ability to bind to toxins, and it has a strong negative electrical charge. So you take this, if you take it with food that has, mold toxins in it, it binds to the mold toxins to the point that in agriculture, ranchers will say, I'm going to buy the food with these field toxins and storage toxins that we know is bad, but we're going to buy charcoal. We're going to put it in the food so the animals don't get sick. So I kind of think I'll do that for myself too, because their data set is very strong. And there are studies out there, not of anything that I manufacture, just of charcoal in general, looking at what it does to things like cholesterol, looking at what it does even for longevity in animal studies. They're living 15% longer from having this. What's going on with charcoal in general is that it binds to all kinds of toxins, including pollutants. But the most important thing that's emerging for the anti-aging field right now is something called lipopolysaccharide. You have gut bacteria. All of us have some good ones and some bad ones, even if you do everything right, and the good ones keep the bad guys in check. But the bad guys make LPS, which crosses the gut barrier and causes inflammation throughout the body, including in the brain. And it's one of the things that probably triggers some of the causes of aging. Charcoal sticks to LPS. So I think it's a good idea to take it regularly. I do. The problem is that it's so strong that if you go to the emergency room and you've been poisoned, they're going to pump charcoal in your stomach. So charcoal has to be taken away from any medications or anything that you don't want bound up in it because it's that powerful. So I take it on an empty stomach every day.